Hello and welcome to this virtual information session about investing in sustainable transportation in downtown Los Angeles. This video introduces the Los Angeles Department of Transportation's mobility investment planning effort for downtown Los Angeles. To keep it simple, we will refer to this project as the DTLA MIP in this video. The DTLA MIP is a new program LADOT is taking on that seeks to understand barriers to transportation access in downtown Los Angeles. As part of the DTLA MIP, LADOT will work with residents, employees, and visitors of downtown LA to understand how people travel, where the gaps in existing services are, and what types of solutions can help improve access to key destinations in downtown while reducing carbon and greenhouse gas emissions. The DTLA MIP will develop a list of projects that meet those objectives and would improve transportation options in downtown LA. The DTLA MIP will also prepare a funding plan to help fund and implement those projects that provide transportation solutions for residents, employees, and visitors of downtown LA. I'm Rubina Ghazarian, and I'm joined by my colleague, Alexandra Wickstrom. We are both transportation planners at LADOT in the Transportation Planning and Policy Division. We really appreciate you taking the time to learn about and engage with the city's work to improve transportation options and help plan investments where it is most needed. In this short informational video, we will present background on downtown LA and the reasons downtown LA is such a critical heart of the Southern California region. We will then take some time to speak about the planning processes and information gathering that informs the DTLA MIP, the plan development process, and how you can get involved. Before we jump into the details, we do want to recognize that the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic may make this a challenging time to engage on long-range planning. What has been made clear in the past year and a half is that our current situation has placed increased importance on issues of public health and access to resources and transportation. These issues have been exacerbated by the pandemic. As we kick off today, we would like to note that LADOT is continuing to tackle some of our toughest challenges such as this on a day-to-day basis, while also continuing to plan for the future. Typically, open houses and in-person events have been the primary way information is shared by the city. This has been broadened with options of online meetings and recordings. Our hope is that stakeholders will view the information the city has produced and will engage in a way and in time that works best for them. We also want to make sure you know that the city has a number of COVID-19 related resources. You can find those at corona-virus.la. We'll also share this information at the end of the presentation. And before jumping into the details of the DTLA MIP, we want to provide a bit of context on the downtown LA community and why we are focused here. DTLA is the birthplace of Los Angeles, and our planning efforts acknowledge the Gabrielino and Tonga people who have been the stewards of this land for thousands of years. DTLA is an international center for art, culture, business, and entertainment, as well as a governmental, commercial, manufacturing, and jobs-oriented center for the city and the region. This project aims to serve diverse communities with improved transportation options for all. The plan area is also home to a growing residential population, employment base, and approximately 22 million visitors each year. By 2040, the number of people living in the DTLA communities are expected to grow by 125,000 residents and over 55,000 jobs, substantially increasing demands for transportation infrastructure and services in downtown LA. In addition to serving as a regional hub of culture, arts, entertainment, housing, and jobs, downtown LA is also a regional hub for transportation. DTLA has one of the highest sustainable mode shares. Comparatively, it's 28%. In downtown LA, 28% of all trips are made by walking, bicycling, or transit. Comparatively with the LA County and surrounding region, it's only 15%. This demonstrates that downtown LA already has a very robust transportation network and user base. How we got here is evident, as DTLA is where several metro lines converge. A majority of bus lines serve downtown LA. It's also home to the Metrolink commuter rail, Amtrak, and dozens of municipal bus lines, including LADOT's Dash, that link DTLA to millions of people in Southern California. Regional Metro Bike Share launched in downtown LA with 65 plus stations in 2017 and is still going strong. These options are complemented by personal mobility options like shared scooters, taxis, electric vehicle car share, such as Blue LA, and personal devices like skateboards and more. Looking ahead, downtown LA will also be the location where the Mobility Hubs program is expected to launch soon. The Mobility Hubs program will create more seamless connections between different mobility options at and around transit stations. DTLA has seen an expansion in recent years in the protected bike lane network with projects like Main and Spring Forward and 7th Street Forward. The protected bike lane network expansion is under study and will continue to offer safe and convenient places for people of all ages and abilities. Downtown LA is also where Metro is in the process of expanding or studying feasibility of additional Metro rail connections and bus service with projects like Regional Connector, West Santa Ana Branch, and Priority Bus Lanes. Now, my colleague, Alexander Wickstrom, will talk about the planning process and how the DTLA MIP will work to advance the previously shared goals.
Thanks, Rabina. I'm Alexander Wickstrom, and I'll be speaking about the planning process that led us here today. The proposed DTLA 2040 Community Plan is a community plan update focused on the downtown Los Angeles community. The DTLA 2040 Plan also presents a number of mobility goals developed with community input that LADOT will build off of in the DTLA MIP planning process. These themes include prioritizing pedestrian safety and connectivity. This includes improving sidewalks, creating paseos, and installing mid-block crosswalks. Improving and expanding bicycle infrastructure. Downtown LA currently has bike infrastructure, but the goal here is to upgrade existing facilities and build new ones to build a connected network of protected lanes for all. Increasing the frequency of night and weekend transit service, as well as expanding into currently underserved areas, including the southeastern area of downtown LA. Effectively managing and pricing street parking to improve efficiencies and reduce circling around the block, and to support the efficient goods movement and deliveries that serve downtown LA each day. These mobility goals were developed through the years of stakeholder engagement and focused on how to improve mobility in downtown Los Angeles. The Downtown Los Angeles MIP is an implementation program proposed in the draft DTLA 2040 plan, which is now in its adoption phase. And the tremendous amount of public input that was received and incorporated into the community plan process resulted in proposed mobility enhanced networks and designations for DTLA, which will be the starting point in network planning efforts for the DTLA MIP. Similarly, there have been other planning and data collection efforts, including but not limited to Metro Connect Union Station Action Plan that takes a deep dive planning look into strengthening Union Station as a regional transit hub. Metro Blue Line First Last Mile Plan that includes the blue, now A line of the Metro rail system and includes station areas in downtown such as 7th Street Metro Center and Pico Station. Metro's How Women Travel study and LADOT's Changing Lane studies, which are both focused on understanding barriers that women face when using transit, and the Go DTLA survey conducted by the Downtown LA Transportation Management Organization, otherwise known as FastLink DTLA. The DTLA MIP brings in data and recommendations from these planning studies and data collection efforts that are focused on specific geographic areas or segments of mobility users. The DTLA MIP also builds off the goals established by the DTLA 2040 Community Plan, including planning for inclusive, equitable, sustainable, and healthy growth in DTLA. Through community engagement, DTLA will develop a roadmap of key transportation projects which are designed to support current and future needs of DTLA stakeholders. With community-informed project list, LADOT will create an investment plan to fund the implementation of projects. The DTLA MIP will plan and fund world-class infrastructure that prioritizes safe and reliable travel for all. Now that we've gone over the background, impetus, and focus of the DTLA MIP, we want to ask you what you think. You can help us by taking the DTLA MIP Community Survey. The survey aims to identify mobility preferences and improvements for downtown LA residents, workers, and visitors. The survey is focused on current travel trends, but also features questions relevant to how the global pandemic affected people's travel choices. The survey will be available online at rebrand.ly/DTLA MIP survey. We encourage you to take it. We will also be working with partners to disseminate the survey in person or at events happening in DTLA. We encourage you to get the word out yourselves too. The survey is available in English, Spanish, Mandarin, Japanese, Korean, and Vietnamese. The survey will be live until the end of October, so we encourage you to take it soon so we can incorporate all of your feedback. We are currently in the community outreach phase, which includes taking in feedback that will help us develop a project list that will address ways to improve mobility in downtown LA for everyone. The project list will be accompanied by a funding plan that will take project concepts forward to implementation. LADOT anticipates that the final project list and funding strategy will be heard by City Council in summer of 2022. If you're watching this video, thank you for participating, and we hope you share this video and survey link with your neighbors and networks. LADOT will continue analyzing data sets and community input over the coming months. We appreciate your feedback, which will help us develop a really representative priority project list that addresses downtown LA's transportation gaps. The priority project list will be accompanied by a funding strategy to ensure projects have a path to implementation. In a future phase, the city is considering a DTLA nexus fee study, which would directly fund the transportation improvement list developed as part of this process. Thank you. We invite you to follow along throughout the engagement and adoption process. You can send questions or comments to our team or sign up to receive email updates by emailing our team at ladot.dtlamip@lacity.org. There is also additional info, including a project fact sheet posted on the website. Again, we know that there are many demands on your time right now, and we appreciate you spending some of it with us. We hope you will share your thoughts with us on ways we can improve transportation for all in downtown LA. Finally, if you need any information about COVID-19 in Los Angeles or resources for dealing with the pandemic itself or any of the many economic, social, and mental health impacts it has caused, please visit the city's coronavirus website at corona-virus.la. There you can find links for COVID testing and to the various city and county departments that are providing services during this time. Please continue to wear a mask, be safe, and be good to each other. Thank you.